Tombstone, and Batman Forever star Val Kilmer passes away at 65. Val Kilmer passed away on Tuesday in Los Angeles. He was best known for his roles as Bruce Wayne in Batman Forever, Jim Morrison in Oliver Stone's The Doors, and a tubercular Doc Holliday in Tombstone. According to Mercedes, his daughter, pneumonia was the cause. He was 65. For a number of years, he had been battling throat cancer. Variety inquired for information, but Kilmer's representatives did not immediately respond. In the 1980s and 1990s, the blonde actor with a baby face had a successful career as a leading man with a volatile reputation. He starred in films like Top Gun, Real Genius, Willow, Heat, and The Saint. Despite the fact that he was unable to speak due to his cancer, he made a brief appearance on screen in Top Gun, Maverick in 2022. In 2021, a documentary about his life, Val, was released. Kilmer replaced Michael Keaton in Joel Schumacher's 1995 film Batman Forever, where he received mixed reviews for his portrayal of the Dark Knight. His son provided the actor's voice, and the film made use of hundreds of hours of video that he had recorded over the course of his career. This provided a revealing look at the sets that he worked on and showed the actor to be an introspective thinker with an artist's soul. George Clooney took his place for the notorious flop Batman and Robin in 1997, which nearly ended the Batman film series. Regarding Batman Forever, the New York Times stated, "The prime costume is now worn by Val Kilmer, who makes a good Batman but is not better than Michael Keaton." Kilmer broke out with a starring role in the 1984 spy satire Top Secret, in which he played a rock star and sang his own songs. According to reports, he turned down a role in Francis Ford Coppola's The Outsiders. He became a major star after playing a smart college student in the 1985 sci-fi comedy Real Genius. He then starred opposite Tom Cruise in the worldwide smash Top Gun. On the set of Ron Howard's fantasy film Willow, Kilmer met his future wife, actress Joanne Whalley. In 1989, they appeared together in Kill Me Again. The charismatic Morrison in Oliver Stone's 1991 film The Doors was one of his most memorable roles. Before his audition, Kilmer spent close to a year immersed himself in the role by memorizing the lyrics to all of Morrison's songs and dressing like the singer. The performance is the best thing in the movie, and since nearly every scene centers on Morrison, that is not small praise, Roger Ebert wrote about his performance as Jim Morrison. He was convinced by New Line to join the troubled production of The Island of Dr. Moreau, in which Kilmer clashed with Marlon Brando, the film star, and John Frankenheimer, its director. The documentary Val revealed a tense set where crew members grimly joked about Brando's stand-in, Norm, and frustrations on the production increased when Brando refused to come to the set. According to reports, Frankenheimer, the second film's director, stated, "There are two things I will never ever do in my whole life. The first is that I won't ever scale Mount Everest. The second is that I will never again collaborate with Val Kilmer." In the 1990s, Kilmer played a small but memorable role as an Elvis-like mentor in Tony Scott's True Romance, as well as in Michael Apted's western Thunderheart and The Real McCoy. One of his most beloved roles was as the sardonic Doc Holliday in Tombstone, 1993. In 1995, he starred alongside Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in Heat. After that, he starred in The Ghost and the Darkness and the forgettable remake The Saint, which he shot rather than reprising his role as Batman in Batman and Robin. Schumacher's description of Kilmer as psychotic may also have been a factor, as he implied that scheduling issues prevented him from reprising his role as Batman. In spite of his reputation for being difficult and combative, he only appeared in independent films and supporting roles after the middle of the 1990s, such as in Stone's poorly received Alexander. Kilmer was born in Los Angeles and grew up in Chatsworth. He went to the Juilliard School and Hollywood Professional School. Before landing his first television role in the after-school special One Too Many, which also starred Michelle Pfeiffer, he made an appearance off-Broadway in The Slab Boys, in which he starred alongside Kevin Bacon and Sean Penn. He provided narration for animated films like The Prince of Egypt. At First Sight, Red Planet, Pollock, The Salton Sea, Wonderland, and The Missing were some of his other films. Kilmer continued to appear in films alongside Robert Downey Jr. in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Deja Vu, Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call New Orleans, and The Snowman. A lifelong Christian Scientist, Kilmer was unwilling to confirm his cancer diagnosis when it was revealed by Michael Douglas in 2016. In a screenplay featuring the two figures, he combined his love of Mark Twain and fascination with Christian Science founder Mary Baker Eddy. For a number of years, he performed live and film readings of the humorist's work in his one-man show, Citizen Twain. A Grammy nomination for Best Spoken Word was presented to Kilmer in 2012 for his audio production of Zorro. In 2020, he published his memoir, I'm Your Huckleberry, which was named after a line from Tombstone. After disposing of the majority of the ranch, Kilmer maintained his ownership of land and lived there for many years in New Mexico. Additionally, he painted and assisted in the management of high school theater programs that featured performances of Twain and Shakespeare. He divorced Whalley in 1996, leaving behind a daughter named Mercedes and a son named Jack.